much indeed. Okay, so the TT, motorcycle race that's held in the Isle of Man every year, with riders racing along public roads at speeds of up to 200 miles an hour, as well as being one of the world's most famous motorcycle races. It's also known for being one of the most dangerous. I was just reading a text about it, which I'll read out in a minute about the statistics, so we'll refer to that.
Really, it's scary stuff, isn't it? And it's hard to imagine how you can kind of get an idea of what it's like to take part in it, to race in it, because for most of us it's impossible. But now a new 3D film aims to capture that drama, tension, tragedy, in fact, as well, at the heart of the race. And one person who's in it is Guy Martin. Morning to you.
Hello.
Alan, how's it going?
Good, thank you. We're very good.
Just the job.
You're the star of the film. We'll talk to you in a moment. But first, let's see.
It is very dramatic, and as you say, if you're not brave enough to get on a bike, that film does really sort of give you a sense of being there. Well, you don't just be there, you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the race, first of all, for the uninitiated.
Well, it's a bit hard to explain, really, because it's not really a race. It's like, it's a time trial. You know, it's not like, you see motorbike racing on the telly, whether it's a Grand Prix or a British Superbike race, it's like 30 motorbikes all set off at the same time and the first man over the line wins. Well, TT's not quite like that. It's we all set off at 10-second intervals, so you're just racing the clock and racing yourself. It's a sort of it's a time trial.
It's grueling because you often can't see what's lying ahead. You have to really know the route.
Yeah, it is, and it's a fair out track. Like you go race around Brands Hatch or something. It's it's about 3 miles, but you go race the Isle of Man TT. It's 37 3/4 miles, and it takes you a week or two to learn it. It's there's a lot of preparation waiting from me just to learn the course. It probably takes you a couple of 3 years to find out where you're going.
You really do have to learn it, do you? It's like the cabbies with the knowledge or something. You have to know every twist and turn.
You do. It's just, but then it changes every year. Last winter we've had a right bad winter, so it'll alter the course in certain ways. You'll get different bumps in different places and all that. So it just changes. You never stop learning. I've been going there 6 years now. And you're still learning every year.
Is it more dangerous now than it ever was? Because it was first held in 1907, so speeds must be very different to what they were then.
Yeah, but then, it's, I don't know. I mean, back then, there's fellas getting killed left, right, and centre back then. But now safety is better, but not safety on the track. Really, it's the same sort of track. Those racing on the same track 100 odd years ago as what we're racing on now. It's just we're going a lot faster. But we have better safety. Like the leathers and the helmets are all better. So that's that. But it's a dangerous sport. But that's the reason.
As you well know, you had a near fatal crash last year, didn't you?
Near fatal, I wouldn't.
Wasn't it? Well, that's what my little brief said.
Yeah, I know. It did look right spectacular. There was a load of flames, and I was in hospital for a bit, and I brought me back. It does sound quite spectacular, but it won't really. I mean, I had a week in.
I'd say that was on. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty serious.
No, I'd get a week in hospital and a week off work. It wasn't that bad, really. It wasn't.
What comes across in the film is you are absolutely just bonkers about bikes. And you say that I'm not interested really in drinking and clubbing and girls. Bikes are what is my life.
Yeah, it's not just bikes, just racing now. I just want to race. I don't care what I just want to race. I don't care if it's obviously a motorbike. I love racing with motorbikes. I don't care if it's a push bike or a lawnmower. I just want to race.
Just the adrenaline, the kick.
Yeah, people are trying to put you in that sort of category, say you're an adrenaline junkie, and I'm not really.
I suppose just try to understand it really. What is it about that makes the race so special, and about what makes racing so special when there is that element of danger?
Yeah, well, that for me is the reason why I do it. If you, 9 times out of 10, you get it wrong around a TT, you're dead, and that's what I like. Where else in the world can you do something like that? Everything else has been sanitised with health and safety and all that sort of care. I mean, it's not a very politically correct thing to be saying, is it? But that's why I do it. Get it wrong, you're dead, and it's, there's nothing else out there. It's all been health and safety, this and that. I'm not into all that. I just want to race my motorbike, and I want to risk my neck. That's what and there's no better place to do it than the TT.
You say you're not into it, but what comes across as well in the film is that you are an absolute perfectionist, and you expect the highest of standards from your team, the people with you,
yes,
and drive them a bit nuts with your pickiness. Is that for health and safety reasons? Is that because you want to make sure it's safe, or because you want to make sure you win?
Just think perfect preparation prevents poor performance. And when I'm sat on the line...
You've read that somewhere.
No, I'll tell you where that came from. That came from...
It's a military saying, actually, but they use another word.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I have, yeah. I have heard
Yeah.
No, it's... when I'm sat on that line at the TT, I don't want any doubt in my mind that motorbike's going to break down. So, that's why I have the right lads working on the bikes. It leaves, I just can concentrate on racing that motorbike. I'm not worrying, is it going to break down? Is this going to fall off? Is that going to fall off? And just get on with the job in hand.
Yeah. And you're good with your hands, because obviously a lot of people will know you from the boat that Guy built.
Oh, I keep getting reminded about that.
Yes, I know. It's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was different. It's not really, No, it's not my line of work, really. I'm a mechanic. That's what I do. I work on a civil site, and I'm a fitter. So to go and do something like that, meant having a week or two off work. But it was, character building, I think we could say.
Well, you can see Guy in TT3D Closer to the Edge, which is out in cinemas next Friday. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. Stay safe.
Just after 9 o'clock. Now, the First World War drama, War Horse, has proven to be one of the biggest hits in recent years at the National Theatre and London's West End. Big sellout.